Well, good morning. It is 7:18, so I wanted to start by 7:30, so I'm winning. I am at the Douglas Springs Trailhead in Saguaro National Park East, and we are going to be doing Mica Mountain. We're somewhere over here. We're gonna go all the way, bang a right up to Cowhead Saddle, and then keep heading along the ridge until eventually we hit the peak. This is going to be about 26 miles with like 6,700 feet of elevation gain. So this is going to be a long one. I will fill you in. I got almost 2.5 liters of fluid, but I brought a water filter because we are going to be passing a creek and a spring, I think. So I don't know if I'll need to utilize that on the way down. I might be parched. I'm thinking I should be more worried about the heat than the potential cold up top. I mean, it could be like 40 degrees and windy at the top with maybe snow, but I don't think so. We're going up to like 85 or 8,700 feet or something. So up there. So we're probably, I don't know, 1.5 miles in, maybe a little more. We just crested a small little saddle. We're just winding our way up through all these hills. The summit is nowhere near sight. So yeah, nice trail though. Beautiful trail. Coming up on a group of 4 women, it looks like. I've already passed like 10 people probably. Beautiful day, beautiful trail. Tucson Valley down below. We're probably maybe 3.5 miles in. Remember, we have like almost 13 to the summit, so still quite a long ways to go. We've maybe gained, I don't know, 1,500 maybe, if I had to guess. Past more groups of people, some coming down. It's a party out here. I mean, there were like a good 25 cars, 30 cars where I parked. So some of them already just did a little morning run or something. Others are probably backpacking out here and came out here last night or really early this morning. So yeah, very nice trail, very smooth, very easy to follow. So just slowly climbing on up. So I just looked at the map. We are 5 miles in. So not quite 40% of the way in yet. I'm not sure if this might be the ridge we eventually gain, but I would like to think it's probably higher than that. But in like a mile, we're gonna bang a right and head straight up to the ridge from like mile 6 to 8 roughly. So maybe it's up there by that formation, maybe that's the Cowhead. It's called Cowhead Saddle. So we have 3 miles or so to get up to the ridge saddle, maybe a little over 3, but we've gone 5. So progress. All right, we've reached the Douglas Spring campsite here. We have 2.4 miles to the Cowhead Saddle, which is somewhere up there. That might be the Cowhead, that rock formation. And we have some nice flow here. Where's the trail, you ask? I'm not sure. We are gonna cross here and hopefully find it. So we're probably almost 6 miles in now. but did not recheck the map. Is this the trail? I think so. I think we're headed basically straight up to the ridge now. All right, so we're just following this drainage up to a saddle somewhere. So we branched west of that big higher formation. So we're getting up somewhere here. The trail got steeper from that sign. It's mellowed out again. But we're probably 7 miles in. Probably another 1.25 up to our saddle here, which I think is at 8.2, maybe 8.4. Not sure, but either way, we are over halfway distance-wise to the summit. Elevation-wise, I'm not sure. We might just be halfway, but I'm not sure. So the vegetation's starting to change, as you can see. We're in like manzanita shrubland here. The weather's perfect though. Well, I think we're about to hit Cowhead Saddle, which is around 6,200 feet. The summit's at like 86 something. So, oh, dead fox. Interesting. He looks pretty fresh. All right, let's show you the saddle. See if there's a sign. Manning Camp 3.9, but we got further than that to the summit. 8.3, we've come up. Saddle. Maybe that's Cowhead? I don't know. I don't even know if it's a rock. So 8.3 miles in, still got 4.4 to go with 2,400 plus foot of gain. That away on the ridge, and we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes exactly. So not too bad. 15, 16 minute miles maybe. That's actually pretty good. So I'm gonna eat the rest of my Bobo's bar here and then go towards the summit. So we've come up 300 or 400 feet from the saddle. Great view out to Mount Wrightson, and I think that's Rincon. I think, but we're way beyond on this ridge somewhere, unless that's the ridge. I think that's Rincon though. That's definitely Wrightson down to the Tucson Valley. So this is such a great trail. Highly recommend if you're in the Tucson area and you want some trail running miles. I mean, I could be jogging parts of this even. It was a little steep and steppy at first from the saddle, but you get some rest like right now where it's flat. So we've only gone half a mile since the saddle, so we still got 4 miles or so to the summit and plenty of climbing. 2,000 feet. Not much in the way of views up here. We're in the pine forest now. Probably at least 1.5 miles from the saddle. So maybe 3 or a little less than 3 to the summit. We're probably up around 7,000 feet, if I had to guess. Still gorgeous weather. Perfect temps. A little bit of wind. So yeah, and it's flattened out. It was sort of steeper at first. Now it's cruiser for a little bit at least. All right, I just checked the map. We're at over 7,400 feet, 10.1 miles in. So we actually only have 1,200 or 1,250 maybe, 1,200 left to gain. And we have 2.5 miles. So not bad. I think we actually hit the steeper part already of the ridge trail, so should be on the summit in 40 minutes or so. Yeah, 40 minutes. All right, we've hit our first signs of snow. Surprisingly, just in the middle here. So we have about 2 miles left to the summit. Might have to lay in this on the way back. 2 more miles, probably about 1,000 feet to gain. So can't see it. I don't even think they're good views from the summit. Passed another group of 4 who had camping gear. Here's another group of 2 coming this way. It's a party up here. All right, here's our last junction. The Fire Loop Trail. It says 1.4 to Mica Mountain. According to my map, it's less to the summit. So I don't know. Spud Rock, 0.8. Manning Camp. Oh, actually, we're not going to go through Manning Camp. I wanted to see if Peyton and Eli were there. Maybe get an autograph. I don't want to have to pay to go to their camp. But if I'm hiking through, I figure I could say hi. So we got about a mile or maybe a little over a mile to the summit with 500 feet of gain maybe left to go. So I can smell the barn. All right, so we're hitting quite a bit of snow at the end here. We got just under a mile to the summit. Not much more to gain though, only a couple hundred feet. Although there might be some up and down. So we've hit snow. Luckily there's footprints everywhere. So the trail is easy to follow and there's a marker on the tree. But getting a little bit harder to follow with the snow, I guess. Well, we've hit a formation called Spud Rock. I'm assuming you could get to the top of it, but we are going to continue to the summit, which I think is right over there. And unfortunately, looks like we have a little drop first, I think. We passed Spud Rock and heading down, at least for a brief period, I think over here. Not super obvious, but we're in our last, got maybe half a mile to the summit and not much climbing, a couple hundred feet. Well, I think this is going to be a very nondescript summit with no views, which I was prepared for. So maybe I need to go out on Spud Rock on the way back. I think this is it. Yeah, you're not even going to have views anywhere. We are over 8,600 feet on top of Mica Mountain. And that was exactly 3 hours and 40 minutes. I am happy with that. That is summit. That's about 17-minute miles, give or take, probably within 10 seconds of it. If my math is all, if my math is good. So not too bad for a good 6,400 feet of gain. We'll have a couple 100-foot miscellaneous on little ups and downs on the way back, but I'm gonna have a snack. I packed a snack, but Mica Mountain in, I believe this is in the Rincons, like Rincon Peak, and it's not in the Catalinas. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, and there's a sign. Let's show you the sign. Mica Mountain, elevation 8666. Uh-oh, the devil hangs out up here. All right, well, we made the summit. We're gonna have a snack and a Gatorade. Spend 5 minutes here, and then I will be able to run most of the way back, which I won't actually, but I'll probably run like 3/4 of the way back. All right, well, we've made it back to Spud Rock, and we might as well try to get to the top of it to get some views out to the Catalinas. No idea if we're gonna be able to get up this or not. If we're gonna hit some vertical cliffs, but I'm gonna try. So we've just been around the right side, and I've located this little gully, which I think it's to the right, not the left, but I don't know for sure. Step up on rock here. This is just steep class 2. Let's assess here. Getting to the head of this little gully. Oh, this might be it. This might have been super easy. Spud Rock. What summit are you? This one or this one? What do you guys think? I'm into both to make sure. I just wanted to give you the views. Oh yeah. Views out to the Catalinas. There's a cool formation too. We're gonna call it here because there's a USGS marker. Spud Rock. We got to go all the way back there where you see the first sign of civilization. So we'll go along the ridge, drop, and then cut like 6 miles that way. But there's Mount Lemon. Whatever that's got to have a name. That's Rincon Peak. And over there, very nondescriptly, is Mica. So I'm glad I came up here because you actually get views around. There's Mount Wrightson looming out there with a lot of snow on the north face. So pretty sweet. That might be Baba Cavari way out there, the triangular shaped thing that you see. I think it is. So, but great view of Tucson from way up here. You can see the whole thing. So I'm gonna skedaddle down now. I'm glad I bagged Spud Rock. I'll probably use this as the picture just because you can see stuff. And fast forward 45 minutes later, and we are, I think, back to the saddle, but maybe not yet. Yeah, I thought we were back to the saddle. We're almost back to the saddle. Not quite. Alright, I'm confident this time we're hitting the saddle, and here's the sign. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my Powerade, eat the rest of my snack, and then I'll have 8.2 or 8.3 back to the car. Whew, feels good to be down that part at least. Still a long way to go. So we've made it about to the lower camp. I am gonna soak myself in water. Whew. So for any of you who do like ultras or out in the heat for long periods, you know just soaking your buff in your hat does wonders for you, even if it only lasts like 5 or 10 minutes. It feels so much better on you. So we're at Douglas Springs Camp. Got about 6 miles left to the car, and it's gonna be a hot, very hot 6 miles. We're at 4,800 feet, so we've come down quite a bit. 39, not quite 3,900, 3,866 from the summit, but we still have probably like 2,000 to descend. I'm gonna say less than 5 miles to the car. We got our first view of where we need to drop down to at least. That mile 6, like mile 6 to 5, is pretty flat, and there's some little ups and downs. It's probably not a lot of net gain either way. But anyway, you can at least see the city that we're going to. Dropping down somewhere over there. There's the road we're gonna take back, that road. Alright, I just did a map check. 2.8 miles left. So, should be down in like, I don't know, 40 minutes tops, 35. I'm jogging most of it. I should be able to jog most of it. On the way down, it's just warm. So I'm not moving that fast, even though I'm going downhill. I got about 1.25 miles left to the car. So that means probably 500 foot to drop or something, not a lot, maybe 600. Steps are getting the job done for dropping elevation. But yeah, I'll be back in under 15 minutes, I'm gonna say.
After running an 32.
Alright, that's it. Mica Mountain. Time check. 6.5 hours even. That's awesome. That's it's actually over 15. I think it's like 15-20 minute pace. So 17 on the way up, 13 on the way down, plus between whatever that other summit was up there and some stops at the summit and whatnot, and for food probably under 15-minute moving average, but 15-20 overall. So it's warm, it's really warm. I'm gonna go to the gas station and get a bunch of liquids